Hey guys, Sandy here, and I am back with my Citrus Twist kit for the month of October 2017. Still got tons left in here to use, and I am scrapbooking these pictures of my daughter's birthday last year. Now these colors really have nothing to do with the colors that are on this kit, and frankly, I really don't pick my photos based on my paper or my paper based on my photos. It's kind of like what I feel like working with. And I feel like working with this kit, and I feel like working with these photos, and we're gonna make some magic happen, hopefully. All right, let's see what I can do. So I'm going to start out by matting these photos on some vellum. Now these were 4x6 photos, and I just trimmed them down ever so slightly because of that Bella Boulevard paper there with the birds. It's not really wide enough to handle the vellum mat and the daughter mat. So, oh, this must be where I trimmed them down. Yep, it doesn't work. So I just trimmed them down just ever so slightly, maybe about 1/4 of an inch, maybe a little bit less. And I don't trim both sides. Like it's still 6 inches wide. It's just, or 6 inches tall. It's just a little bit less than 4 inches wide. So then I place that on top of the bird paper, and I'm using the bird paper kind of as a neutral, just so it's gray and white. But if you can see the birds and understand that those are birds, then I'm okay with it, because one of the presents my daughter got for her birthday last year was a Big Daddy Pop, and that is from the BioShock video game. And the BioShock video game has a character named Songbird in it. So I'm totally cool with that. If you realize that those are birds, you might not know what the reason is behind the birds, but if you're that interested and you're looking through the albums, you can ask. You know, I mean, just the way it is. So I decide that I'm going to use this beautiful floral paper, and I'm just going to go for it, and I'm going to do a center layout design. It's kind of rare that I do center layout designs if I'm not doing multiple photos across the page. Even though, yes, these are multiple photos, I'm talking about like 3 photos, and even them, it's kind of more horizontal than vertical. But I wanted to go vertical a little bit with this one. So I'm using that crepe paper, dazzle paper, which is that offset polka dot, and I'm just giving it the bottom of the pictures a little bit of weight with that little bit of the dazzle paper poking through. And I pull out the doily. Now these are smaller doilies, and they are really pretty. And these did come in the kit. I believe everything I used on this except for the vellum, the splatters at the end, and the distress ink came in the Citrus Twist kit. And these are just from the Pink Paisley Ephemera pack, and that's from the Turn the Page collection. And that little blue round circle thing is actually a tag, and I place it so that the hole in the blue part, sorry about my head, guys, I'm still getting used to this new setup, and it's not going to stay this way. It's going to eventually change again, so you know, I'm going to have a little bit of headshots in these videos. I'm sorry. So I lost my thought. Oh goodness, and I dropped the ATG. Okay, what I was talking about, the blue round thing is actually a tag. So when I place the blue on the bottom under the photos, I'm going to place it in a way where I know I can cover that tag hole up with an enamel shape. And I really wanted to bring in that snail just because I thought it was cute, but it doesn't end up on the page. And I did cut apart that one die cut. I'm really not a motivational quote person. Like, I don't usually put them on my layouts. It's just not my thing. So I cut off the edges and used them as embellishment on this page. I don't even know what the quote is. All I know is I cut it off. I still have it. It's still in the die cut box for the die cuts that came in the kit, but I'm probably not going to use it. All right, so I'm just using those flowers, and I'm going to pop these up on pop dots, and I place the flowers along with that other half of the blue tag in a way so that the floral pattern continues to complete a circle. So it's around where the photo is, it's an understood circle, but you can definitely tell from the blue part to these flowers that it is in a circle. And I definitely need to get some more foam squares because I'm down to like 4 of my bigger ones, and that's my last sheet of the small ones. So I need to stock up on that. Oh, nope. Do I have another sheet? Nope, these are the medium ones. I have a sheet of the medium ones as well. Probably going to have to get some more. Alrighty, what am I doing here? Oh, just trimming up that other part of the, inhale something, exhale. Oh, inhale the present, inhale the future, exhale the past. Yeah, that's not my thing. Okay, so I get those on there, and I'm just going to I decide that I'm going to bring a little bit more embellishment up to the top here. So instead of going vertical across the photos, I'm going to go in a triangle. And I really like that star, and I've pulled it out for a couple layouts, and I haven't used it, so I definitely need to use that. And I'm just trying to find some good embellishments, and what I'm going to do. And I'm like, okay, I got to figure out what I want to do. Now I have an idea for that ticket paper right there, or I would have pulled off some tickets. So what I ended up doing was taking that little pink arrow paper that's right there. That was from an offcut of another layout that I did, and I just decided to turn it into a full chevron arrow, and I'm going to trim it up a little bit just to make it even. And for some reason I don't trust myself enough with the scissor, but I do trust myself to put a small piece of paper in the trimmer and for it to stay. It doesn't exactly cut straight, but it's tucking under the photo, so I'm okay with it. And I'm just trying to figure out what I can use from the cut apart sheet and won't look completely ridiculous. Now I wanted to bring up some more of that darker blue color that I have from that circle tag, but the cut apart sheets really didn't match exactly, so I choose to ignore it. I choose to ignore that section right now, and I decide to put my title down underneath of the photo. And I go with the good old birthday. I mean, it is her birthday, so it makes sense to have birthday in the title. I'm finding that I like kind of like punny titles or just straightforward titles. Like that's kind of my thing. It's not like, or I go for the generic whatever moments or happy this or fun this, or it's not about the title. For me, it's more about the photo and the page and having that memory slapped down on the page, because our scrapbooks, we kind of use them as truly memory books, and it's really a chronological survey of our life together as a family. And whenever we have a discussion about when something happened, we actually go pull out the scrapbooks and look it up and say, that really was in 2007, or no, that was actually in 2009. So that works for us. Now I'm just pulling out those carousel stickers again, and I'm placing them around the page with these little hearts and such, and I make sure to just scatter them around a little bit. Now I decide to cut out, instead of going for blue, because the blue isn't the exact blue there, I decided to go for this label sticker and treat it as a tab. So I'm only going to cut the 2 little ends off of the top because the other one is going to be tucked underneath of the paper up there. I do use my distress on there just to give it a little bit more definition since it is going on that busy floral paper. But I needed to bring another color up there, and even though it isn't the dark blue like on the other sections, I'm okay with it. Now what I'm going to do is get those vellum word stickers, and I'm going to use some pink ones and some blue ones. However, they are vellum, so they're see-through, so what I will do with all of them is place them on some white paper and then cut them out. And I had an offcut of white cardstock there, and I thought it was going to be thick enough, but it wasn't, so I had to pull out a scrap of white paper. And I'm not going to make you watch me place the vellum down and cut out each individual one because it is just kind of tedious, but in case you were wondering, that's how I did the first one. Okay, and that's me placing the last one. And this is going to be done. I'm just going to add my daughter's name and the date, and then off camera I'm actually going to use some adhesive on those stickers and throw some gold splatter down, and you'll see those in the still shots at the end. So guys, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Go ahead and hit that subscribe if you haven't. Give it a like if you liked it. And go ahead and leave me a comment if you want to talk about anything. I do read all the comments, and if you have a question, I'll answer it. Have a great day, guys.